Banonje. Sichaba saba nje. Sichaba. Sichaba. Edlala igame incane futhi. Yeah. Bana.
I'm at the point in my life where I am dyeing my hair every few months. And no, it's not because I want some highlights. It's because the gray hair is coming in. And I ain't even in my 30s yet. What's the problem, you say? I'll show you. Because don't nobody want a bust down middle part with gray hair. And it's not just in the middle. I actually have some over here. Now my hair is not dirty, it's just dry as control. It's not just in the middle, it's actually strands everywhere. And I've been like this since high school. Eventually we'll embrace the gray, but that day is not today.
Sometimes the things we hate most about ourselves are the things that make us unique. I started growing gray hair when I got out of high school, and by the time I was 25, I had a little gray patch in the front. I hated it, so I dyed it all the time. I thought it wasn't cute, thought it messed up my aesthetic. And if you're somebody that has gray hair, you know at some point you get tired of dyeing your gray hair. Well, I decided a few months ago that I was going to let it grow in. So this is my first time actually wearing it out, putting it in a little ponytail. And what I found out is that God created me exactly how he wanted me to be. And he did the same for you too.
I keep seeing videos of people panicking about gray hair. They say things like, I hate gray hair, I'm too young for this, gray hair makes me look old. And every single time I come across such videos, I can't help but think, why? Why are we so scared of a color our hair grows naturally? Why do we fear or detest gray hair so much? In this video, I want to talk about the psychology behind gray hair, the beauty standard attached to it, and why so many women, especially black women, hate their gray hair before it even grows in. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Abigail and you're so welcome. So gray hair has been marketed to us as the official symbol of aging, not wisdom, not maturity, but decline. And women are constantly being taught that youth is beauty. And if you think about it, it is not the gray hair we hate. It is the idea that gray hair equates being old and old equates being unattractive. And society has trained women to be terrified of aging. So the moment one strand of gray hair appears on their head, panic sets in. And in this era of social media, we get to see people with perfect skin, shiny hair, no flaws. We are now constantly comparing ourselves to a certain beauty standard. Gray hair now becomes the enemy, when in reality, the real enemy is the unrealistic beauty expectation. And when it comes to black women, the conversation is always deep. And why is it always deep? Because we are being told our natural hair needs to be fixed, our natural hair needs to be hidden or even managed. Now, add gray hair on top of that. The pressure doubles. Think about it. Gray hair on looser coils is being seen as soft, graceful, but gray hair on coily or kinky hair is tagged old and unattractive. It is still this same texturism and Eurocentric beauty standard that is always playing out every single time. It is still this same texturism and Eurocentric beauty standard that is always playing out every single time, because when something applies to both looser coils or kinkier hair, it is not always seen as a sin. It is always seen that the looser coils is more better and the kinkier coils is nah. So people don't just hate gray hair, they hate how gray hair looks on certain texture. That's the truth. They hate how gray hair looks on certain texture. And the beauty industry profits from your insecurity. Yes, the beauty industry loves this feel. That is why they keep producing dyes. They keep producing anti-aging serum. They keep producing youth-boosting treatment. And all these things are being marketed to women, never to men. And each year, billions of dollars are spent and made from convincing us that aging is a problem we need to fix. So, of course, the beauty industry wants you to hate it. They want you to be scared of aging. And gray hair is their easiest target. Imagine if all women suddenly embrace their gray hair. What do you think would happen? A whole industry would definitely collapse. So, of course, they want you to hate it. Of course, they want you to fear it. Because the moment every single woman embrace their gray hair, they know that they would not sell. they will not make any profits. So, of course, they want you to live in fear. They want you to hate it. The more you're scared of gray hair, the more you hate gray hair, the more money they make. So, of course, they want you to hate it. And something people don't talk about enough is that sometimes gray hair isn't always about age, it's about stress. You hear people say, oh, this stress is making my hair gray. And honestly, that can be true because chronic stress affects cells that produces pigment. And a lot of women carry a lot of emotional, financial, and family pressure, and the body responds to that. So if you think that is what you're experiencing, that is making you have early gray hair, there are ways you can actually slow down stress-related graying, such as eating food rich in vitamins, resting more, and also reducing emotional overload where possible. You can also make research on that so that you can understand it more better if that is what you think you're experiencing. But sometimes gray hair isn't always about aging. It can also be hereditary, whereby a young girl or a young child already has gray hair. So it has nothing to do with being old because people don't talk about this enough. Sometimes it can be hereditary and it can also be just stress. And the truth is that gray hair is not ugly. Gray hair is not ugly. What makes it ugly is the meaning that the society has placed on it. There's beauty in gray headedness. If gray hair suddenly means beauty, power, confidence, everyone would suddenly love it. So it's not about the hair, it's not about gray hair. It's about the stigma, it's about the meaning that the society has placed on gray hair. When everyone sees gray hair, they suddenly panic. Oh, I'm getting old. I don't want to look old. I don't want to grow old. It is that meaning that makes a lot of people panic when they see gray hair. But gray hair in itself is not ugly because it's something our hair grows naturally. It's a color our hair grows naturally. Do you understand? So you don't have to keep your gray hair if you don't want to. You can dye it, you can cover it, you can blend it, you can leave it alone. You have options. But the most important thing is this. Do not allow fear or the society make the choice for you. If you hate gray hair because you genuinely don't like the look, fine. But if you hate gray hair because society told you that it looks old or unattractive, then you need to question who is really in control of your self-esteem. Yeah, because there's one thing you cannot take away is that gray hair is normal, gray hair is natural, and no one can escape gray hair. No one can escape gray hair. This reminds me of two women that I know. One is an elderly woman, and the other is kind of still young, not advanced in age. So for the older woman, she started growing gray hair because obviously she would grow gray hair, right? Because nobody can escape growing gray hair. So at some point, she started growing gray hair and she started dyeing it. Every single time it grows out, she dyes it. At some point, I realized that she stopped dyeing the hair. And she stopped because why? She's spending lots of money buying dyes to dye her hair. Like a lot of money is being spent. So she's buying dyes, dyeing her hair. At some point, she got tired and she had to embrace her gray hair. Same thing for the other lady, the young lady. Her own is hereditary, not because of stress, not because of anything. Just like that, because even her younger daughter has gray hair. Probably she should be around the age of 15 there, but she has gray hair at that young age. So it's not stress, it's hereditary. So this lady, her entire hair is gray. So she kept on dyeing it, dyeing it, dyeing it every single time. At some point, she had to stop. Now her entire hair is gray. She has embraced it because she has come to the realization that she's spending a lot of money on dyes and still there's nothing being done. Her hair is still growing out gray like that. So she had no choice than to embrace her gray hair. So at one point in everyone's life, we would all have gray hair. So it is not something we need to be scared of or something we need to fear. It is something we only need to embrace because it's natural, it's normal. So when you see someone panicking about gray hair, just know that gray hair is not a problem. It is how the world sees gray hair that is the problem. So that is the mentality everybody now have of gray hair because of how society has placed a certain meaning to gray hair. So let me know what you think about this conversation. Do you think gray hair is beautiful, or is it something you're still trying to accept? Let me know. Let's talk. Share your thoughts and opinions with me. If you got this far, you haven't given this video a very big thumbs up. I don't know what you're waiting for. Kindly give this video a very big thumbs up, and also hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you can be notified any single time I get to publish a new video on my channel. Let's see you in my next video. Bye.